The scenario is going to be Destruction. It is a 2015 Steamroller scenario. It includes Kill Box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 point for controlling the zone, 2 points for dominating. You can't do either of those though until you destroy the enemy objective, and doing so will give you 1 control point. You can't do any of this scoring though until the second player's second turn. Hey there, this is Malorian, and this will be another War Machine game. My throat is just barely healed, so hopefully I can get through this whole thing. But this is going to be a game between Josh Richter on the left with his Bradigus and Michael McKeedy with his Aurora on the right. Now, Josh Richter is the Alberta Masters champion, very strong player with running a very strong Tier 4 list. Michael McKeedy, though, he knows how to play. He's a press ganger, so he's running this. It's a very interesting list for Aurora. Normally, you see a very quick list. This is more of a recursion, slow grind list that then wants to deliver Aurora late game. So, one list I've faced before and been defeated by, and so we'll see how this handles here. Now, keep in mind that with the Mystic Ward spell from Bradigus, that takes away the Flashing Blade. So that's actually going to be a real problem for Aurora here in this scenario, because her whole normal thing, you're getting up there and Flashing Blade, you're dead, just is not possible against Bradigus unless he doesn't catch it, so or cast it rather. So anyway, the Bradigus player won initiative and wanted to go first, and really this is going to be a neat formation going up. It's, all the Watchers going up and putting up their stone form and all that. No, sorry, in this first one, I believe they don't do the Animist. Oh, we got a call here. Josh got a call from his wife, and, if I'm going to edit it out, I'll edit something back in just for fun. But we'll see here that this is like a very set formation coming up here. So the Sentry Stones coming up, the actual Shifty Stones doing this very interesting formation so that everything can teleport everything as far as stones go, and then the Guardians kind of following behind. So now we're going to be going to Conversions turn 1. The call area is going to go one way. And this is going to be a problem of it going down because Aurora is going to actually decide to shift up, which is going to make the call area kind of in a bad spot. But something I'll try and fix out later. It's just one of those little early game mistakes here, but not the end of the world. So the Angels are going up. Because of Aurora, they get Refuge. So they get to go a little bit farther, but they're trying, of course, go around the flanks so that they can get one of those models on a Bradigus. And then, hey, Aurora can't do Flashing Blade, but if she can get 2 Bradigus and just buy attacks, of course, with flanks, she gets a lot stronger. So that's what she's going to try and do. The one unit of Reciprocators went up and went Shield Wall. The other one just kind of running up. And really now it's back up to the circle turn here, turn 2. And now this is where all the Watchers are going to go up, and they're going to do their Animus, Stone Form, and going to do a little bit of shots here. Now, Joss is going to get some pretty bad dice here. I believe in the end he is going to be able to shoot down one of the Reciprocators. But again, one of the things I found really interesting in this game is just this formation that you saw of this Bradigus player moving up. And man, all the tokens. It makes it really hard to keep in formation. We have all these tokens everywhere. But either way, a couple of sprays was able to kill one of the Angels from one side. So that's from one Sentry Stone. Now the top Sentry Stone is doing the same thing, spraying down another Angel. So slowly grinding, slowly moving forward. Stones going up, doing their same triple formation. Then the Guardians are going to be running and getting into that zone so that they can be teleported. And then finally, Bradigus is pretty much fine where he is. Although, remember, he can always feet into the stones and then be teleported up. So it's a little bit of a sneaky play there, where you think you're safe because Bradigus isn't in the stones, and then he just feats up into it. So I saw it, but we'll see what happens here on the other side. So now we're going back here to Convergence. And, when you're faced with a big brick like this, it's going to be interesting to see what you're going to try and do to get around it. So the Angels are trying to go for more of the flanking maneuver, you can see on either side. And really what you need to do is do the slow grind. You don't want to be offering up too much. You want to get into there. You want to be shield walled. Your foundries want to bring them back. And then you want your reductors just to spray those things down and slowly grind while you try and give them as little to attack as possible so that they can't get that synergy too high. Now that's, of course, is very difficult, and once that synergy gets up, they're just going to smash through all these, what are they called? Reciprocators. I always mess up these convergence names. But either way, he's spending a good amount of time here trying to decide how to attack this formation. I mean, that's one of the great benefits you get from having a formation from this, is that you're almost at a loss wondering how to get into it. So anyway, he decides to charge in here. Now, had he ran up first turn rather than shield walling, then he could have probably just walked in right now in shield wall. Would have took a little bit more damage from shots, but now he's in there. He did minimal damage. Again, some bad dice here now on the convergence side, but now he's standing there and they don't have shield wall up, and that could be a real issue if once they start getting that synergy going. Same thing at the top, the other unit charging in, also going for the objective. And so he is going to destroy the objective, get the first control point, make some attacks against the other watcher there, getting some okay damage. I mean, it's one of those things you have to slowly work on it. Meanwhile now, the reductors are going to come in. They're going to start doing their sprays. And I mean, these things are PAL 13. So although, you know, they're -8 against all these watchers, when you do enough of them, because you can spray multiple of the watchers, you're going to start picking away. And there's 10 of these sprays. Not to mention, you can spray and get the treekin in the back or the stones. So this is actually a very interesting and very powerful formation that the convergence player has, where you have all your shield wall guys in the front, and then you're just spraying through them. And you can actually grind down a Bradigus list like this. However, again, they're not in shield wall, so this will be the opportunity now that Bradigus has to really try and destroy these reciprocators. So now it's back to the other side. That was actually a very long turn, so now time is really on the favor of Circle. And now after he took back all those tokens and did Serenity and all that fun stuff, now he's trying to attack back. Now, of course, Synergy has been up from the very beginning and being upkept, and now he's going to start attacking here. And man, the dice were so horrendous here. Where the watchers are trying to attack, and they're missing, and they're missing, and they're boosting, and they're missing. So he was having a hell of a time getting synergy going. However, of course, once you do get that synergy up just about 2, you're fine, and you really start going at there. So you can see here, he's going to start smashing all these reductors at the bottom. So already 3 out of the 5 are down from that unit. And of course, if you lose the whole unit, you can't bring them back. So that's going to be a real problem there. And again, if they're in shield wall, they wouldn't have fallen this quickly. So that could have been a real thing that could have saved them here. Meanwhile, the treekin are doing a little bit of sprays going back, kind of killing the reductors, doing their little counter sprays kind of. Also trying to get a little extra damage done on the reciprocators. Alright, otherwise now, he's going after one of the angels there, took that angel out. Now he's trying to figure out how he wants to port to try and get his guardians to kill off as many of these reductors as possible. So this other sentry stone, he figured out how to get out of the way first, and they'll be doing some sprays. One will be going back here for this angel and take it out. So he only has 2 angels left, 1 from each unit. The other one's not really doing anything with their sprays. And then finally the guardian's going to go, or sorry, Bradigus is going to go and kind of move around here. And now this is where he's trying to figure out where he can actually port this model. He couldn't get it where he wanted it, but he got it back there. And now the big guy is going to be coming around and bashing things up. Killing another one of the reciprocators from the tops. Now there's only 2 of the 5. And then this one down here is going to be moving around and smashy, killing all of the reciprocators from the bottom unit. So now this is horrendous. This was, as far as attrition goes, this was almost like a death blow to the convergence player. He lost so much this turn, and the only thing that was good for him is that it evened up the time. This was, again, a very long turn, so that now the time at least was the same. But wow, how do you come back from this? You've lost so much of your reciprocators, which are the biggest part of your plan. You could try and bring them back from the top, right? But you can't really get that much done. And then all of a sudden they're all over the zone. I forgot to mention they also destroyed the objective and controlled the zone. So now the scenario is 2 points for circle and 1 point for convergence. The one little servitor, attunement servitor, is going to come up and hit Bradigus with a scatter there. So that's going to lower its defense, I believe. I can't remember. It's either that or it makes it longer charges. But yeah, he's going to be bringing back some reciprocators at the top there, best he can. Or one. One founder is able to make one. Otherwise, his angels are going to come in and they're going to be shooting at Bradigus, trying to get some initial damage. And one actually did spike and did like 5 points of damage to Bradigus, so that wasn't bad. I was wondering if he was going to try and, you know, cast the spells with Aurora and try and get some charges from the reciprocator onto Bradigus, but that's a long way to go. I mean, those, with the spells she has, they charge, I believe, an extra 2 inches. They can get pretty close, but I don't know if they could actually get enough onto Bradigus. So either way, now he's going to be going here with his sprays again, with his reductors, trying to kill whatever he can. There's a lot of stuff there to be sprayed now. However, again, just not really getting what he needs. Doing little planks here and there. I mean, the Watchers are all getting, you know, damaged. Some of them are starting to lose aspects, so forth like that, but nothing's being destroyed yet. Finally, then, he realized, yeah, Bradigus is not the way to go. He has to get into the zone. He's going to come in here and try and attack this one Watcher here. He's also now in shield wall, so a little bit tougher there. However, now there's almost an entire army to attack just those 3 models. And Aurora making a very, very bold play here and flying up here fully camped. Again, just trying to get herself to Bradigus. So a very dangerous spot, but I mean, what else do you do as a convergence player? Scenario and attrition is going horribly against you, and so you have to make some risky plays. So actually at this point here, convergence was down to 1 minute, so I thought, man, just move away and wait to win by time. But Josh, I mean, the way that he plays, he's thinking about how we play in a tournament where you want to try and get as many points as possible for tie breaks. So he's going to try and, you know, go through here and attack the zone and get up his synergy and all the rest. So that's what he's doing right now, is killing models to get those models destroyed, getting up his synergy count so he can deliver a Guardian to Aurora. And so, yeah, he's attacking here against the reciprocators, only killing 1, but that makes room for the Guardian. It's going to trigger Admonition. That's even a spell I missed that was cast earlier. So she gets away, and then now it's up to Bradigus. So Bradigus is going to port over here. He could feat to get even closer, because the 2 inch was a little bit close, but he still had the feat going, and then it's able to kill her. So it was by assassination, although really Scenario or Death Clock were all on the table. And it really was, when we looked at the end, it was just a horrendous matchup for convergence. Aurora's main game plan, like I said, with the flashing blades being taken off the table, was a really big blow, and whereas she usually wants to do the slow grind in that game to make it work, due to synergy being able to smash through there, it almost again was the counter tech needed just to invalidate the strategy of the convergence player. Now again, if they were in their shield wall, things could have gone differently, but then again, man, if you give up those charges, it's really tempting to get that initial damage onto those Watchers. But man, they're high armor. So either way, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you again next time. Bye.